any easier anytime soon. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Carr. There's a short little toss to Carrier. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. Carr to throw again. It's caught. Nelson. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. To throw, it's Carr. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. They'll try to capitalize on play number 11 of this opening drive. 3rd and goal.
44 is the mic. 44. Go. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. 44 is the mic. Mike's 44. Hey, me and you.
Shotgun now for Carr. Flush to his right. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Kelsey, such a valuable part of this offense. Made the Pro Bowl the last 4 seasons. 2018 being the most productive when he went over 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, and a great relationship between he and Pat Mahomes off the field. Very good friends, attended a bunch of high-profile sporting events together in the offseason, and that chemistry, it certainly shows on the field.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
Throwing on 2nd and 3, Mahomes. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still...
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from UVA, Juan Thornhill. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. Mahomes now on first down. He's going to go up top for the end zone. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treat it as such.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
From the gun, it's Carr. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. picked by Kendall Fuller. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
50 to Mike. 50 to Mike. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go.
On first down, Mahomes. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, but it'll be second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
On second down now, it's McCoy. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter. They've got a 3rd down and a yard to start things out.
Yellow.
They'll try and run for it with McCoy. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And they'll run it with McCoy. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Yellow. 480.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
On 3rd down, here's McCoy. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
Let's go.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Carr now to throw. Caught. left side, Williams. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March, came up the coast from L.A., where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver. Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
What down? 180.
Check 53's Mike.
Let's make these Raiders run.
On first down, Richard. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
At the 39-yard line.
Let's get it.
Down.
53.
180.
Mike.
180. We're good. We're good. 280. 1. Raider 1.
3's the Mike.
Hey, Delta.
3's the Mike. Now watch run.
On 2nd and 12, Carr. And he whips that one incomplete there. J.J. Nelson, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
To throw on 3rd down, Carr. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 34-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Kill.
Hey, Echo.
Check 53's Mike. Check 50.
Operating from the gun, Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
65.
Hey, Raider 2.
53's the Mike.
Hey, Foxtrot.
53. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Let's go.
Throwing again. Carr. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Emmanuel Ogbah. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. Here's Mahomes to throw. Oh, nearly picked. Almost intercepted, but he couldn't hang on, and it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. On 3rd down, McCoy. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him 6 yards in the 1st down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Credit the sack to Corey Legion.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards. That's caught at the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill on his way to a
Don't sit down.